Today we are going to talk about Moser and Company Endeavour Perpetual Calendar Tantalum Blue. Complicated watches can often be intimidating for the novice. Before you even begin to grasp what is going on inside the case and within the mechanism, the face of the timepiece often greets you with all manner of subdials and or aperture, almost always laid out in the same fashion and with excessive information on display. Even if I don't wish to deny that this kind of old school extravagance is often the point of a perpetual calendar wristwatch, a minimalistic approach to this prestigious complication is so liberating that it seems to open a portal onto an entirely new world. The studied simplicity of Moser Company's perpetual calendar is made possible by HMC 800 that builds on the success of a caliber, HMC 341, first designed by Andreas Strehler, which won the Neuhausen-based maker the Complicated Watch Award at the GPHG all the way back in 2006, which was when the company was revived, resuscitated, returned from its ashes. And this is that famous caliber HMC 341 that was designed by the famous Swiss watchmaker Andreas Strehler. And HMC 400 simply builds on the base of that caliber. This elegant expression of the complication quietly disposes of yet another source of dread for the initiate, the difficulty of adjusting, correcting, and maintaining a perpetual calendar. The patented double pull crown allows for the adjustment of the date forwards and backwards, and the impressive 7-day power reserve of the hand-wound dual spring barrel integrated caliber ensures that the need for such corrections are, in fact, minimized. The flash calendar function, which jumps instantaneously at midnight and at the end of the month, never displays an invalid date. The masterfully polished 42mm tantalum case with its gunmetal and even bluish gray shades frames the abyssal blue face of the piece. This is apparently a mixture of various pigments, various shades of blue that are washed, crushed, and finally applied to an ingrained gold base of a dial which looks as if it were hammered. And finally, after 12 rounds of firing, they reach that distinctive signature fumé look that one associates with Moser more recently. The stunning beauty of the Grand Feu enamel dial is hardly interrupted with index markers or indicators, all of which contribute to the visual balance of the display. As you can see, there's absolutely no inscription on the dial, not even the name of the brand, just the indices at 12 o'clock, abbreviated indices at 6 o'clock. Of course, the feuille hands for hours and minutes, a hand for the small seconds, the big date display at 3 o'clock, and an indicator for the 7-day power reserve at 9 o'clock. The absolutely diminutive and centrally deployed hand to indicate the months completes the picture. Of course, that is a slight distinction, again, from the original Moser Endeavour Perpetual 1, which of course had 12 indices that correspond to 12 hours and 12 months. In this case, the compromise is reached between the striking visual beauty of the Canfeu enamel dial and the utility of the months indication, which remains quite subdued. And of course, for the incorrigible among us, there's still a leap year indicator that is displayed through the sapphire caseback and mounted on one of the bridges of the movement. H. Moser Company Endeavour Perpetual Calendar Tantalum Blue may be a mouthful, but it is in fact a subtle yet masterful conjunction of technical innovation and traditional artisanal crafts that distinguish Swiss watchmaking at its best. Of course, I should add that this watch, in fact, presents the first time that Moser has a watch encased in that distinguished, corrosion resistant, and reliable metal tantalum, which supposedly was very important for the company CEO Edouard Mailan, because that was the metal of the first horlogerie watch that he owned, which was gifted to him on his 18th birthday by his family. If you have enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe and share far and wide to help me reach my goal of 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. And stay tuned for more content on our shared passion for wristwatches.